Keep going.
Bill Kings Fans Football League. It's your man's Tony D, aka the Random Multi Broadcaster. I'm actually calming down. I need everybody to forgive me if I seem out of character today. I'm really trying to calm down. I'm going to get this done in an hour. I had some difficulty this morning, so my apologies to everybody who was expecting us to pass 30 minutes. The platform was acting up on my end. I don't know what was going on, but it did come up, so I had to send the links out to get my co-hosts up here. Um, Join right now, Michael Bathurst, hashtag Shot MGB. Y'all check him out on all platforms: Facebook, Twitter, X, YouTube, Twitch, if he ever uses it. He's also on TikTok, Rumble Studio. Mike, how are you doing?
I had a great show this morning. It was on for 2.5 hours. We talked about AI generated music. It was good.
You better be careful with that. I'm seeing a lot of things going against it, just so you know.
Oh, I know. You've been
Uh,
saying that for a while. I know.
yeah, but it's
Lawsuit.
happening for real, for real.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now joined by Fireman Rich from the Morning Coffee on Rumble Studios on Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, 0600 a.m. Rich, how are you doing?
Well, seeing I've been sitting here for about 45 minutes.
That means he missed the intro. Yeah, I had some Restream was not acting right this morning. I was literally fighting with it for
Yeah,
30.
I don't even have my net shows on and stuff. I had them preset as far as that
I
goes.
was messing with it for 30 minutes. I'm trying to calm down.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I'm
Okay.
trying to calm down. I was furious. I couldn't even get on Rumble to do it. Rumble wouldn't even show me how to go live on there. I was like, you know what? So I don't know what's going on. So I was just telling Mike I'm gonna get this done in an hour.
Okay.
I don't know if anybody else is going to jump on, but I'm going to be done by 12 o'clock our time, since I think all three of us on the same time zone.
Yep.
I'm going to share this out. There's been some headlines, some updates. Gentlemen, take the next 5 minutes, get us caught up to date with what's going on in NFL news, if you do not mind.
Sure. You going to go get some water?
Yeah, I'm going to get some in a second. Let me throw this link out there. Y'all go ahead.
Okay. Well, I can talk to Rich for days. For
How are we
days.
doing, Michael? Good morning.
About nothing.
That's
You know,
that's what we usually talk about, isn't it? It always
we are
ends
the masters of nothing.
up, despite what other people may say and stuff. How you doing, Michael? Good to
I'm-
I saw that you were on this morning. I was listening to your the music there. I'm
Yeah.
liking the music. I'm not too hip on the AI, but you're generating some good stuff. So long term, you're doing really good there. So
I appreciate it. And
yeah.
I'm mixing in some football content as well.
Yep, I hear that too. Yeah.
Can we talk about the Dolphins?
Well, that's the big news. Even this morning news there, Tua. Um, there's some
Sad.
issues. Yeah, there's some issues. And if you did you watch the game and saw the hit?
Oh, it wasn't a big hit.
No, that's the thing. But the thing of it is, and this is something I would never even think of, and I'll just run this through you because this morning I would have never thought about it. They were talking about there was some talking heads talking to a football player from back in 1994. I can't recall the guy's name, but he had concussion problems. Okay, and this is
Right.
back. Pardon?
Right. I'm
Okay, and he brought up an interesting aspect. I would never, concussions. We always think it helmet to helmet and stuff like that.
Yes.
Look at that hit. His neck. It was almost like a whiplash. That can cause concussions. That whiplash motion and stuff like that, because of the. So it's just the fact that he's had 3 before. I think 1 in college and 2 last season there that were really bad. So
think of it as bruising your brain. That's what you're doing.
Well, yeah, but mostly I always thought it was just helmet to helmet contact.
No.
It's just that whiplash. I mean, it can extend down to the neck, and I wasn't aware of that. And because I looked at the hit, I'm like, God, it wasn't that bad of a, But you look at in slow motion, his neck, it really torques.
It happens a lot in car accidents, even if you have your seatbelt on.
Yeah.
Because there's such velocity forward and back.
Well,
and people have, ended up screwing up their vertebrae and everything else. But
my younger brother, when he was alive, he had a car accident when he worked for the fire department downstate, and it basically his whip, hitting it and stuff, it crushed it. That force crushes things, and it crushed his third vertebrae. And he was paralyzed for the rest of it until he passed away a few years back. But it makes you think. It's like, oh my God, this is, what. And well, you look at Aaron Rodgers when he got hit. Just like you look at that, he just tripped. But
Yeah.
the amount of force that you don't see that force that's involved in that impact necessarily.
It's also wear and tear as you get older, right?
Oh, definitely. Believe me, I know that for a fact.
They say it's very much like a car. Like as you get more miles on the car and more age,
It wears
more
out.
things are going to go wrong. And Aaron, I thought, looked really good in his debut. Like I was
Not
really shocked.
impressed. I'm not.
No,
I'm,
he still got the arm. He can't move around too well, but
he showed the arm, but for me it was more or less on a tier 2 caliber. He's never going to go back to where he was when he was Green Bay.
he doesn't have to, though, right?
I
You agree with
understand that, but
Yeah.
because the Jets have a bigger problem with their defense right now. Their defense was supposed to do a lot better, and that was their shortfall, I think, last week. And,
You know what would happen?
I think Aaron did a great job going the
Yeah.
whole game. So, but
I think
we'll see.
the outcome would have been different, though. Let's say they played Carolina, or they played Falcons, or like you're talking top tier
Yep.
offense, defense, coaching with the 49ers. They're in a group of 3.
Yeah. Well, the one thing, and this I had to laugh at this, is it's like some people said they didn't play that. I thought they played pretty good, but they basically bullied the New York Jets in that game.
They played brilliant. They took the clock away from them. They didn't give them any options. They ran the ball.
That's their running that's their forte.
Yeah. Tony's back, and that's a fact. Hi, buddy. We were talking about concussions.
Yeah, I was listening. I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I appreciate y'all, man.
All right.
I'm trying to calm my nerves down. I gotta.
We'll get through it, Tony. Don't worry about it.
No, I'm furious. I was fighting that thing for minutes. So
yeah,
let me get this ball rolling. Ladies and gentlemen, the league is set at NFL.com. We will go through the stardom and sit-em predictions for week 2 of the 2024 NFL season. 19 sets of eyes. Thank you all for being here. Awesome.
Yeah, we got some people watching.
Let me get this going. I'm gonna just go ahead and run through them, man. I'm gonna go ahead and get this going before I lose my mind. I feel my patience thin already, and that's how I know I'm getting old. We are going to go. Yeah, let's do this. Start them and sit them wide receivers. I'll start with quarterbacks. Bump it. We're gonna start with the QB. Let's get to the beginning. They say start Anthony Richardson over the Green Bay Packers. I didn't see how Anthony Richardson did last week.
Phenomenal.
Did he?
Phenomenal. He was, I think, overall, more so than anybody else, got more fantasy points. If he wasn't number 1, he was number 2.
Rich, your thoughts?
Oh, I thought I'm on the page where it says sit him. I'm trying to play catch up here.
Start him.
Yeah, start him and sit him. And the first one is start him is Keenan Allen. Is that who you're on?
No, Anthony Richardson.
In the wrong spot.
You're doing quarterbacks. You're doing quarterbacks.
I'm doing quarterback. Yep.
I'm sorry, quarterbacks. Okay,
yeah, I did switch it up. I did see wide receivers.
I think. He definitely. I would start him. Start him. Yes. Yeah. Okay. We're in quarterbacks. I'm on a different list. So go ahead.
Gotcha.
I would say start him.
Ladies and gentlemen, honestly, your narrative's on the screen. Like I said, I'm going to make this quick. So if this is the audio, I want to let you know NFL.com. Go to their fantasy page. They have a start and sit them page. They have a start and sit them tabs. You can scroll with them. I don't see a problem with Richardson starting with the Packers. I do not. I see no issue with that at all. I got no debate, so I'm good with it. Start Jaden Daniels against the Giants. Mike, you've been harping on Jaden Daniels. I'm seeing some enthusiasm. He was into
the only quarterback. He was the only quarterback that was rookie that did okay.
We'll get to that. There was another highlight last week. I'm going to say that too. But yeah, against the Giants, I really didn't expect anything. I don't expect anything to go wrong on this game. Rich, what about you?
He's projected 19 points. I've got this one of the New York team, one of two of 3 games for the New York teams, being from New York, that I'm betting against. I'm betting with the Washingtons, and he's slated to get 19 points. So I think he's going to have a good game. And I think Washington's favored in this game.
I do too. a lot of enthusiasm behind Jaden Daniels.
Oh yeah, he played pretty good last week. He's a good quarterback.
He may be the fastest quarterback.
Yeah, he might be. They recommend Jared Goff against the Bucs. I got no debate against that at all. None. That's a gimme. Yeah. I'm running with Jared Goff as one of my quarterback picks for the season.
That's right. Yeah,
even though the Bucs are not. Yeah, the Bucs are not to be slept on. But I like Jared Goff as one of my quarterbacks this season. Mike,
I think he's the only choice. The backup is okay, but he's not great. It's Felton Hooker. No joke.
Nobody knows anything about him exactly.
He is been injured on and off. He's incredibly gifted. He could be amazing in 5 years. I think he's good, but he's not a seasoned pro like Jared. Jared is, I would say, a second tier. I think he's safe. He knows the program. Lions are insanely gifted this year. A force to be reckoned with.
Rich?
I think he'll get some points, but I don't know. He's projected for 17 points. He's the first string quarterback for. So I don't know. They're going against Tampa Bay. And this is in Detroit, and like Seattle, Detroit is pretty tough. So I've got Detroit picked. I think he's going to rack up some points. I think he's going to do better than 17 myself personally, but I could be wrong.
Against the Bucs, I don't think he'll get more than 17. He gets 17. He had a good game.
No, I think he's being at home. I think he's going to romp. That's Detroit. Detroit is going to go full gear. After watching them last week, tie the football game and then march the football game, they got a running game that. Well, then again, he's not going to get the points if he throws it to the running back. Fantasy football, Rich. Yeah, I'd still start him.
Gotcha. Appreciate it. You're working on it. I hear you over there. I'm proud of you. I heard you over there. Start Brock Purdy against the Vikings. No debate. I heard the Vikings are trash this season.
Let's see. Yeah.
Totally disagree.
That's fine. I heard they were total trash this season. Go for it. 26 sets of eyes. Thank you all. 26 sets of eyes. Go ahead, Mike.
We linked everything this time, buddy. We got the networks together. We've got 3 amazing human beings in a room, and plus those other people. Thank you for being here. We appreciate it.
Didn't I say stay on topic? Thank you.
Hey, I'm just adding some spice. That's all. Just a little spice, brother.
Salt, pepper, and seasoning. Hurry up.
Okay. I think Minnesota will do better than you think. It'll be a closer game than you think, and there will be. I would not sit Purdy. He's Mr. Consistency.
Yeah.
He's coming through. We got to get Sadie on football. I got to get Sadie on football. Rich, your thoughts?
No, I'm agreeing with Michael that Purdy is consistent. He is solid. The 49ers they're one of the top tier teams in the league. So why wouldn't you start him as far as that goes? Especially if, he's projected just like Goff, 17 points as far as their fantasy football. So I think he'll match that. But I think Goff is going to have. I think he's the one quarterback because of where Detroit's playing. Detroit is going to probably do some romping. I think they have something to prove. But Purdy, solid player. If he would have been one of my first picks as far as if I was in a fantasy football league. So, and he's looking pretty good on the stats there.
Gotcha. Baker Mayfield to get the Lions. I don't expect a big game from him, but Mike, there's your man.
I love him.
There's your man.
Now, you know that he got more touchdowns than anybody last week. He got 4.
Who was he playing?
I don't remember. Sorry. But he got 4.
I don't expect him to have a good game against the Lions. I'm not going to lie to you. But you got to start.
I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. People don't realize that the defense of Baker Mayfield is way better than it's been in years. Many people believe that this could be one of the playoff contenders.
No.
So, if you look at people who know a lot more than I do.
They are a playoff contender. I will agree with that.
They're very high on Baker Mayfield right now.
Yes,
and the Detroit Lions. Okay, I know you want to proceed.
So. No, they do want them. They do have them as a playoff contender. Absolutely, Tampa Bay is they right there to be a playoff team. I have no debate on that one at all. Rich,
the team Tampa Bay played last week and won against was Washington. Okay, so I could see them getting 4. They're not going to get 4 touchdowns on Detroit. I think I would still start him because I think he's going to get a couple. He's another. I think it seems like the quarterback average right now. We've gone through the quarterbacks is 17 points. He's projected 17 points, so he looks like it's going to be good. I wouldn't bet against him because he has proven himself, like Michael. But I don't think Tampa Bay, if they make it to the playoffs, they're going to get knocked out in the first round at this point. I haven't really seen him play, but just looking at the general stats and. I'm not hearing that much talk from all the talking heads. I've like Michael said, get people that are more inclined and astute to the football game and stuff like that. They're talking about other. So
I predict they'll make second round this year. I'm going to say this right now. So mark your tape.
What's that?
Baker Mayfield will make it to the second round of the playoffs this year.
Got you. Sidham, Justin Herbert against the Panthers. Why?
Hell no.
Why?
Oh no, jeez.
But he's not going to be able to throw the ball anyways. All they do is run it.
Mm-hmm.
It's football.
Well, that's the only way his coach thinks they can win, and they did win last week. So
significantly.
I'm reading the narrative on it now. I'll see what they're saying.
Yeah, the fantasy footballs are down 1 point. He's at 16, so Michael's probably right in the fact that they'll probably do the running game. But the thing is, Michael, they were saying on the stats in the first week there was more running done yardage-wise than passing, as far as that goes. So that's a stat.
Did he make it?
It's right there. I see it. And I see nonsensical.
Glick was good. Purdy has all the weapons. You will be a fool not to stop. I tend to agree. Actually, I'm going to get on San Francisco in a second. Brian, I know you out and about, man. Like I said, I sent you a message. The door is open. Both of you gentlemen. Let's keep it going. I don't understand sitting Herbert against the Panthers until I read the narrative. I still wouldn't myself. They recommend sitting him. I think I would disagree. I'm going to disagree this week myself. I'm going to disagree myself this week. Sit Caleb Williams of the Bears against the Texans.
This is going to be a good game. This is
I agree, Glick. I do. I tend to agree. I think Herbert should run all over Carolina. But I read the narrative, what they said on how they beat the Raiders. It was not an easy win for them. So he said the game has trap written all over it. I understand where they're coming from, but I would risk it this week. All right, Brian, you good, man. You good. Ain't no problem. Caleb Williams against Texans. The Texans are Brian's team. Caleb Williams, Chicago Bears. I have no optimism behind their offense, but we will see. Gentlemen, your thoughts.
Who wants to go first?
Real quick, he's got 16 points. Houston's favored. This is going to be a good game to watch. If either team, I think I picked Houston to win. This is a good quarterback, so I would not bet against him. This is beyond Baker Mayfield. If you have him, I'd run with them and stuff like that. That's one of those. Okay, he's an up and coming quarterback that I think we're going to see some big things with.
What you got, Mike?
He was rusty last week. He was not in sync with his receivers. He looked very amateur, like he had a rough time. The defense saved them. I think he's realized that he doesn't have to do it all like he did in college. And as long as he plays a solid game, they'll be close. But I don't know if there's many teams that can beat Houston right now. But I would definitely play him. That's the only choice they have.
Yeah.
So.
It is the only choice they have. I would take the Texans. I'm going to agree with this one. I would take the Texans. I would not start Caleb Williams. Even though you have to, I wouldn't. 33 sets of eyes. I don't think I've ever gotten this high. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Feel the love. Feel the love.
Oh, thank you. Sit Aaron Rodgers. Shit.
Aaron's here. My brother. There you go. Spiritual brother right there.
Aaron Rodgers did not look good last week.
I disagree.
He didn't look bad either, though. I'll say that. I don't think
the Titans didn't win their game. I think Chicago came back on them last week, didn't they?
Yeah. Yes, they did. Yeah.
And they're going to make out of this recommendation. I'm not going to lie.
I think if the Jets defense is the big issue right now, if they can't hold Titans, if Aaron, he may get, I don't know what his projection is, but he played okay last week. But again, I don't think he's not in that great state. You know, is this the Jets are just starting out? I think they're going to go 0-2 after today. I bet against them. I'm going with Tennessee because Tennessee just they're at home too, I believe too.
What you got, Mike?
Aaron's going to win. Aaron's going to score like a mad fire out of control. This is a very different world. This is not the 49ers. Sorry. He's going to get time to throw. He was absolutely terrified. He's doing exceptionally well for a man who's 40 years old. We have to remember that. Most people would be retired by now, not him. I think he's a great leader. If they can get in sync and have a little more time, I get that they'll win by 1 score. I would never sit him. Next.
As a Jets fan, I can't sit Aaron Rodgers. But
I would sit
Jets fan. I cannot sit Aaron Rodgers this season. I can't. I'm gonna let everybody make their own decisions. I don't know. I don't think I would sit him. I just don't. Sit Kirk Cousins against the Eagles. I'm going to go ahead and say yeah. Last week looked ridiculous.
God, it was awful.
Last week looked ridiculous for him.
He looks timid.
Ridiculous. I felt bad for Kirk Cousins. I ain't felt bad for Kirk Cousins since he got in the NFL. I said he was going to be okay this season. They did not look good last week. Go ahead, y'all.
Well, he struggled around the pocket last week, and he had no play action. And was he really under pressure? He wasn't under pressure that much. So he's supposed to be. He's getting a lot of money, so that tags him as a top tier. I'd probably set him against Philly because Philly's going to win that game anyway. Hit him ramp on him. So
if you're a Falcons fan, you got to start him. If
you want me to go? Good. Okay.
If you're a Falcons fan, you have to start him. Go ahead, Mike.
I'm going to try to keep these to about a minute. So here's the thing. Number one, he's rusty. He's timid because he's been hurt. He's older. He's got so much to prove. The stress is unbelievable. He's got an insanely gifted quarterback that's breathing down his neck. I agree with Tony. I would sit him and I would but there will be so much drama and so much blowback on this. Not from the fans. I'm just talking, it sends the wrong message to the locker room. Next.
Don't sleep on Kirk just yet because Philly's secondary suspect. Philly when we're going. I hear you, Glick. Kirk Cousins did not look like he was 100%. Aaron Rodgers didn't either last week.
He only got 6 points football-wise.
Rich, you're glitching. You're glitching a little bit, Rich. I don't think Kirk Cousins or Aaron Rodgers is 100% yet. I saw Aaron Rodgers hobble last week. I didn't see anybody talk about it. Watch that game.
I agree.
I don't think he's 100%.
No.
Kirk Cousins probably isn't 100%. So
that's
I'm not
really
sitting
wicked.
him because I'm not sitting him because I don't think he can play. I just don't think he's 100% yet.
It's a wicked injury, and it takes a long time to heal properly.
18 months. 18 months off the rip.
Okay, let's hit the next one because I know you want to.
Yeah, I'm going to appreciate it. Thank you for that. Sit Deshaun Watson against the Jaguars. I have no debate. I wish one of you would say you disagree with this. I didn't think so.
He was god awful. It was embarrassing how bad he was. It's almost like he doesn't want to be out there.
He's got stuff going on in his mind, and if you haven't watched the news, go ahead and look. I know why he's looking awful right now.
Oh, yeah. He also lost his dad, didn't he?
There is no debate, gentlemen. None. Yeah. All of you out there, I can't tell you to start the show.
And right there, Tony, in the nomenclature, 10 points last week. That's not good.
Well, he's got other things going on mentally, so I just wish the best for him, but I couldn't start him this week. And Glick, I ain't gonna lie to you, Glick. I know this your squad. Tell them boys, I said, get the backups ready. We got 37 sets of eyes. Thank you all again. I don't get these numbers, man. Y'all got me crunk. Y'all about to calm me down. Thank y'all for this.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, those are your quarterback recommendations for week 2 of the 2024 season in accordance with NFL.com. We are now going to go to the, if it'll back up, because there we go. Good. Thank you. We're going to go to running backs. Before I go to running backs, I want to throw this out here. I don't know if you all saw the game Thursday night when Tua went down. Yeah. Since we're on quarterbacks, I want to go to this quarterback point real quick. Tua does not need to play anymore. Every time, the past 2-3 times that he has been hit, his hands start doing like this. That's it for me, bro. Stop, please. Please. You're going to mess around and be paralyzed or die. I'm going to say this as an NFL fan. Everybody wants hard-hitting football, and I talked about this last season and the season before. We all want that knock-em-out football, but I don't want to see that with no player, ever. Ever, 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 and he's young. He got hurt in college. They brought him on the team. He has made money. They gave him support. They was protecting him. He lasted a whole season for the most part. Now he going down looking the same way. He going to mess around and have some serious neurological, muscular, skeletal, internal issues for life. Tua, I got to tell you, bro, you're done. No disrespect, no shade. God, go be a commentator. I will subscribe to your show and leave all other sports commentators alone. Just get the hell off the field before you kill yourself. And I'll tell you this, man to man. You will have paraphernalia. You will have merchandise. I'll base the league off of your show. Just get the hell off the field.
He's not going to retire. He's already
said. I know he ain't going to retire because anybody who's an athlete, they're not going to stop playing until they can't play no damn more. I'm a mechanic. I got body issues right now. I'm contemplating retirement. I get it. Mm-hmm. He's about to kill himself out there.
He has enough money, though, to keep himself warm, dry, fed for a very long time.
He has enough money now until them taxes hit him afterwards. That's why he's staying on the field. I get that. But I'm serious. We got to stop telling these people to injure themselves to the point where they can't live their life after the game for our own entertainment. All of us as fans have to do that. Mm-hmm. When, what's my man's name that left out of Indianapolis and they booed the hell out of him? Oh, what's that quarterback's name? Andrew Luck. He had those injuries and they booed him. I had no respect for that fan base after that. That was slammed disrespectful. Mm-hmm. He was getting killed.
But Tony, you look at when Luck walked out, they weren't really looking at it as serious as they are now. So I think before Tua gets on the field, he's going to have a whole lot of people on his side to make sure that if he does go, which that's the ultimate decision he has to make himself, okay? But we're concerned about it because this is, I think it's his third or fourth concussion. He had one in college, one serious one in and two before. And with Michael and me were talking, it's become prevalent because there was a lot of talk. You look at the hit itself, it's like, it didn't look like that, but the way his neck snapped on his head, that was a contributing factor.
It looks like, but that's not the first time he's had an injury. And you said yes.
No, but I'm saying the normal concussion, we would think head helmet to helmet stuff, but there's a lot of other aspects where you could just get. There's a Chicago Bear that was interviewed this morning. He said he got a concussion by getting hit in the jaw. So it doesn't necessarily have to. So that's the aspect that there's multiple facets to this thing, and I think the NFL is a lot serious now. I agree. You got that many concussions, you got to really look at it. Do I really want to take another hit? Because the chances are you're going to probably get another hit.
Chances are you're going to get it. 42 sets of eyes. Y'all got me at a peak.
So, buddy,
thank you to my co-host, thank you to the people in the comments, thank you to everybody watching. You all have me at a peak viewership while I am live. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Go ahead, Mike. Make it quick, please.
I would like to go to the next topic because you've got 30 minutes.
I know. I'm a rush. Appreciate contributions. Tua, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Don't kill yourself out here. See, we as fans don't tell the players that enough. We want you because we want the entertainment. We want to make some money, and we talk and smack to back ourselves up. Don't kill yourself out there. This goes to any and every player. Speaking of players that's out here not killing themselves, since we're going to running backs, I'm going to have something after this. Running back recommendations for Week 2 of the 2024 season in accordance with NFL.com. They say start James Conner against the LA Rams. You pretty much have to, gentlemen.
I don't share that opinion, but that's okay.
Oh, it's not on the screen. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
He's excited about
James Conner. Start James Conner against the Rams. What you think, Mike? Go ahead, finish with yours.
He is basically all they have.
I know.
Right? So I don't even know why we have this up here. He is their offense.
Because you're looking at it from the fantasy football aspect of available.
No, I get that. But
yes, okay.
They have nobody else. Like
Right.
who are they going to throw in? Like he showed signs of greatness last week. I thought he was phenomenal. He was one of those things that popped out on the screen.
Yes. What you got, Rich?
He had 19 points fantasy football wise this week. He doesn't, probably because of the team they're going against. If that's the only guy you got, start him. But if I have somebody better, I'd start somebody else.
I think you have to. I don't expect much, but you have to, especially as a fan. And you're probably out of the running backs that's available, especially with the running backs that went down in the NFL that we'll get to later. Start Tony Pollard against the Jets. You have to. I got no debate on that. You got to. You have to. You have to.
He was fun to watch.
He's been fun to watch.
Oh my God. He has explosive speed.
Yes.
Unbelievable. Like you give him a seam, he's gone.
He's gone. Exactly. Rich.
He's gone. So we agree. How about you, Rich?
I agree. He's 18 points. He's projected at 10, but I think he had 18 points. He's going against the Jets. They're going to romp on the Jets defense, so he's going to probably I wouldn't be surprised if he surpasses 18. So I would say, definitely.
I agree with Rich on that.
Yep. Start J.K. Dobbins of the Chargers against the Panthers. Again, against Carolina, I don't see why not.
But again,
it's a no-brainer.
He's all they have.
Yeah. But that's probably the only thing they need is because look at who they're going against.
If he gets injured, it's not a good day.
Of course.
True.
No brainer for me.
Yeah.
Start Brian Robinson of the Commanders against the Giants. No brainer again. It's the Giants. I'm sorry. That's just it. No brainer.
He was a little flat last week, but he was a little flat. Maybe he'll be better this week.
I'm just saying, no brainer at all.
He's going against the Giants, so I agree with that.
Sit him. Zamir White of the Raiders against the Ravens. I don't know much on this guy. Do you gentlemen have anything on him?
I would not sit him. No. I think it's a good choice to try. Some players just don't fire out of the gate right away.
Of course.
You know what I mean? Like we're talking 2 weeks for a couple teams. That's it. Like you need a sample size of at least 5 games to know. And there's 17 games in the season. Someday it's going to be 18. So yeah, I would say I would not sit him, but go ahead.
Austin Eckler is not on the Chargers anymore. I forgot where he went to. Somebody check on that. I forgot what Austin. I think Austin Eckler left, didn't he? Didn't he go to another team?
Yes, he did.
Which team was it?
I don't know.
Start Zimmer, Brian says.
Yeah.
Or Zammer.
Javonte Williams of the Broncos against the Steelers. I wouldn't sit him. No, he's kind of one of the sleeper running backs on this season, in my opinion. I wouldn't sit him, but they say sit him. Your thoughts, gentlemen?
I agree with you. I would not sit him. No.
I don't really know much about him, but Denver itself as a team, he's projected. It looks like the running backs, for the most part, that we talked about, they're averaging about 8.5 points. So I think it's because it's a second game. Does it say what he got last week for fantasy football?
Williams played 52% of the snaps in week 1, but he saw just 8 carries and 2 targets compared to Jaleel McLaughlin, who had 10 carries and 5 targets. Both finished with fewer than 30 total yards as the Broncos struggled to get anything going on the offense. Given the struggles of rookie quarterback Bo Nix and offense as a whole, I do not see how you can play Williams with any sort of confidence against the Steelers defense. I had high hopes for Williams, but until we see him in the Broncos offense produce, you should stay away. See, that's the whole point. The Broncos did not look good last week. I agree with that. They did not.
But again, Bo Nix is brand new, and he may take fire this week.
Yes.
and we'll be singing a different tune. And how many times has this happened in fantasy where people are going, I should have picked the backup for the 49ers. Why didn't I do that? Well, because you weren't thinking like that.
No, nobody expected that injury to come out an hour before the game. That's how they screwed everybody last week.
Wow.
They screwed the hell out of us last week as fantasy football players. They screwed us.
If you look at the tape from last week, I said the 49ers this year are beat up.
You did.
Everybody looks tired, including
you did. I'm not going to deny you that you did. But
and I have the same awful feeling I had with the Kansas City Chiefs last year.
Gotcha.
And Philly, it's not going to be a rosy year for them. I'm sorry. They'll win, but only against teams that are less than 500.
Gotcha.
Go ahead.
They say sit him. Your call, ladies and gentlemen. Austin Ekeler, he's on the Commanders. Since I didn't get an answer, I appreciate that. And that's because I was rushing, so that's my fault. I wouldn't sit him against the Giants.
They have nobody.
No, he only took what 50% of the 60% of the snaps. He only got less than 100 yards. But if he's the only guy you got going against the Giants,
he could do 200 against.
Yeah, but you got to read the narrative. They're saying why they sit him. He didn't get the ball like that. That's all it is.
He didn't get the ball.
It's hard to score when you don't get the ball. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly.
Yeah. I noticed that. If you don't have the ball, it's really hard to score.
Let me keep going because he's on that craziness. Sit Chuba Hubbard against the Chargers. This is because the Carolina Panthers like trash. I'm not going to lie. Chuba Hubbard was actually one of the higher recommended running backs in fantasy football in a couple of leagues that I saw. That offense is the problem. Period. The offense is the problem. 50 sets of eyes. Thank you all, ladies and gentlemen, across the globe.
Yeah.
I've never had 50 sets of eyes while I was live. Thank you all. Go, Mike.
When you bring that up, this morning I had the highest number of viewers I've ever had in the room.
Yes.
So we're on to something. Thank you.
We are. Thank you all. Gentlemen, do you have any debate against this recommendation?
I would not sit him. Sorry. I would not sit him. If you have him, he might do very well.
He's pretty much one of their primary running backs.
Los Angeles Chargers are a horrible team.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are. They have. I'm telling you, defensively, they are horrible.
Okay.
They are just coached well right now.
I hope I get that game today. I'm going to watch it. I hope that game is in my area today. I'm going to watch. Seriously, because Carolina is better than what their record says, and I've said that about teams more than once. So I want to see one of their games to see what the problem is and get my own interpretation as well.
Yeah, I'm not saying winning the game, but he's going to be able to run. He's going to get production. This is a horrible team. I'm telling you. Horrible.
Rich, you got anything on this or no?
Well, as another player, you look in the narrative, 50%. He only had 50% of this, 55% of the snaps. So, and Carolina, they lost last week. So it just, everybody, Carolina's right in there with the Giants and the Jets. They're not going to.
We're missing the point here, though. Sure. If you think he can get production, get points, we don't.
Well, I'm saying, let's clarify. I don't think he's going to get production. That's what it is. So I sit him. Anybody from the Giants, these are three teams. Anybody from the Giants, Jets, and Panthers, I take somebody off of the Patriots, which they thought was the worst team. At least they won their opener. These guys aren't showing me anything as far as even in preseason. Preseason, the Panthers.
Yeah, but he's very gifted. I'm going to predict he's going to do well. We'll talk about it next week. We'll see how it goes. I'll remember.
Appreciate it. Sit Chase Brown to the Bengals against the Chiefs.
Good luck.
I think I might have to agree with this one. I may have to agree with this one.
Yeah, that's a different world right there.
Yeah, I may have to agree with this one. Rich, you got anything on this?
No, I agree. I don't think he's going to get that. They're not going to be running on the Chiefs.
Ladies and gentlemen, those are your running back recommendations for week 2 of the 2020-2024 season.
You got 20 minutes left, buddy. 20 minutes.
I know. Christian McCaffrey is on IR as far as running backs. That is a monkey wrench to fantasy football managers everywhere. Major monkey wrench. Once again, I always tell people.
I think that affected a lot of people when on the game there, Tony, that affected a lot of people playing fantasy football because that was a last minute game before.
Point. That's why I said they screwed everybody. I always tell people you got to watch those number one picks of fantasy football because something ridiculous happens. Look at this shit this season. Exactly. Trust me, I said the sentiment. Most
was there
fantasy football league
when they announced that?
Huh?
Yeah. I was just going to say, was there enough time when that dropped as far as him not like before the game started? I think it was like 40 minutes.
You had time to change.
Was there still enough?
You had time to change. Here's the problem.
You still
the running backs that you would have had left in your league would not have gotten you the points he would have, and nobody was going to trade who they had because once Christian McCaffrey went down, all the others ranked up. So that's how fantasy football goes. 52 sets of eyes. Y'all keep peeking me, boy. I'm starting to feel like Elon Musk up here. Wide receiver recommendations for week 2 of the 2024 season. We are going with Stardom and Siddums. Start Keenan Allen of the Bears against the Texans. Mike, you're the one that told me about Keenan Allen. Yes, you are the one that told me about Keenan Allen going to the Bears. You said there was some enthusiasm. I've read that there has been some enthusiasm with him on that offense, even against the Texans. Your thoughts?
I'm only concerned because their quarterback right now is not in sync with anybody.
Mm-hmm.
So it is iffy, but if they are going to connect with anyone, and, you know, he did not have a bad game. He just didn't have the opportunities.
No.
You know, Caleb looked, frustrated, you know, not used to the pace of the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
He was unable to put it in the basket. You know what I mean by that term? Like place it. You have to place it perfectly in this league. It's not like I throw it in this area and the guy will go get it. The other team will go get it for you. So yeah, I would go with Stardom. Stardom. Oh yeah, Stardom.
Gotcha. Rich, what you think?
Well, last week you only got a couple points on the fantasy football, but this game in particular, it's going to be on both sides. Going to be passing as far as that goes from both of these quarterbacks, I think. So I would say start. Go ahead and start him if he's the only one you got.
Yeah, they're stacked.
I don't.
To be honest with you, they have a great team this year.
You said that.
They're stacked.
You're gonna
So that's probably why he didn't get, despite the visible dealing with a heel injury. So that could be, you know, if that's still nagging him, that could affect him.
Narrative is on the screen, ladies and gentlemen. I tend to agree. I'd start them, even though they're going against Texas, and I got nothing for that offense.
This game itself is going to just be an action-packed.
Jameson Williams of the Lions, start him against the Bucks. I have no debate. I saw him last week. You have to start this dude. You have to start this guy.
He's a beast.
Saw him last week. Holy smokes. That dude is no joke. He is a great fantasy football pick, and he played well.
That was his best game ever, bud. He was emotional about it.
Yeah, he was showing out. I got no debate on this one. Rich, you got any debate on this?
Last week he got 19 points. He's projected. Well, he's only projected for 8 points. I'm not sure what's going on with that, but I think this is going to be another game. You know, like I said, Detroit. That might be an indication Detroit might be doing a lot of running in this because their running game, like I said, come back to that overtime. I would not.
They're very weak in wide receiver. They have one half decent wide receiver pro, right? Okay, let's move to the next one because if we have any time at the end, we can talk more. But you want to get through
this. Start Jameson Williams, ladies and gentlemen. Chris Godwin of the Bucs, start him against the Lions. No debate.
Yes.
No debate. That's an absolute yes in my opinion.
You said last week no. I said yes.
Yeah, this week you got to. Even if he doesn't get any points. Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, two of the best wide receivers in the NFL over time.
They are bookends. They're bookends. They're wonderful.
Period.
Yes.
Period. Malik Neighbors of the Giants. Start him against the Commanders. I'm seeing his name come up a lot in fantasy football.
He was awful last week, but he is all they have, and he can have a breakout.
Look who's throwing the ball, Michael. That's all you have to go. It's not his fault. It's just the quarterback.
But he's a rookie. He's adjusting to the pace of the league. Game one, nerves. It's tough.
Well, by comparison, the next selection there, he's a rookie too, and he's doing outstanding.
I personally, I would start him. I think there's a chance.
He's probably going to be the only New York Giants player that gets any points this week.
Yes.
That's exactly. As a quarterback can throw to.
Keon Coleman, Buffalo Bills, Miami Dolphins. Go, gentlemen, go.
Number 0, hands down,
Mike?
start him.
There is a bit of a rift between him and Josh right now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. I've been watching, and I watch them a lot. I love him, by the way. I think he's wonderful. I think he has potential. I think he's driving Josh like, your little brother drives you nuts and wants to go everywhere and be with you and be your best friend.
Yes.
Josh, the other day in an interview, totally snubbed him and ignored him. So I don't know what he did or said, but it was kind of like, I'm going to give you the silent treatment until you stop doing this behavior. I don't know what behavior it was, but there is some growing for him to do. But I love him. I think he's a wonderful human being. He's a physical beast. He has the potential of any game where he can end up with 25 points, 22 points, if the stars align. And Miami right now is shite. Sorry. Go ahead.
Thank you. Sit him. Jalen Reed of the Packers against the Colts. Really? Jaden Reed, excuse me. Really? Yeah. Oh, if you don't have Jordan Love, that's why. This is going to be based off of, and I'm reading the narrative. If you don't have Jordan Love, you can't trust the receivers. Okay. Indianapolis defense. Indianapolis has a lot of energy behind them. I get it. Gentlemen, your thoughts?
I would still play him. Their backup quarterback is not that bad, honestly. And I would play him myself. And the Colts are sloppy. I'm sorry, and I love them, but they are not a stellar defensive team. They just aren't. Gotcha. They're not even mid-tier in the league.
Gotcha.
Anything, Rich?
Just backing up on the Keon thing, Coleman, he had 0 points last week. That's probably because Josh Allen had about 5 or 6 other targets that he could go to, that he's spreading the wealth. So that could be an attribution. I think he is still a good receiver. He did get some key blocks, which doesn't count fantasy football wise, but as far as Brian saying fantasy football, he had 0 points. So I could see not producing anything. This guy, I don't know. I have against Indianapolis. I think both these two. Well, I don't know. I'm not Green Bay. Who's their quarterback?
Right there in the narrative. It's going to be Malik Willis if it's not Jordan Love.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay. So I don't know. Jordan Love he's still out. I'm not sure. I'm not familiar with Willis.
Me neither.
So sit him. If you got somebody better, I'll just leave it at somebody better.
You're going to have to. You're going to have to. Sit Calvin Ridley of the Titans against the Jets.
He's not been great.
I'm going to attribute this to the Jets defense. Calvin Ridley is one of the best wide receivers in the NFL. He is, and he was with the Falcons. He hasn't been that much with the Titans. He did okay with the Jaguars, but he used to be one of the best wide receivers in the NFL. I'm really going to attribute this to the Jets, to which I would agree with it. But I'd have to start him, but I understand. Gentlemen?
Yeah, I wouldn't start him. That's all I'm going to say, because nothing nice is going to come out.
I agree with Michael. Last week only got 5 points. You probably should have you got a better receiver.
Gotcha. I'm gonna let everybody make their call on that one. I can see both sides of this coin, honestly, starting him and sitting him. But I think the Jets just might slow his numbers down for fantasy football purposes on this week. Deontay Johnson of the Panthers, sit him against the Chargers. I got no debate.
No debate.
None. Rich?
Yeah.
No debate. Gotcha. Panthers, yeah, sit him.
Gotcha.
Any Panthers,
the Broncos, sitting him against the Steelers.
No way.
No, I got to say yes on this. Your Broncos didn't look the best, and the Steelers are still themselves, which means they can stop you if they want to. And a lot of times they do. They slow people down. Yeah. They really slow people down.
I'm going to go with no, and I totally agree with everything you're saying.
Right.
It's very, very logical, but my gut, and I always go with my gut, he's going to do well.
Gotcha. Rich?
Well, he didn't get that many touches last week, probably because Bo Nix had, he threw 42 times, so it was spreading the wealth. He only got what's the points there? He only had last week 3 points. 3 points. So not big on the points there for fantasy football.
Steelers are really good at letting you have yardage until you get in around 10 yards, right? They don't let you in the house. They're really good at letting up people have like field goals, and they're incredible at having interceptions and fumbles and things like that. They're an old style beat you up, Okay, let's go to the next one.
Thank you. Jackson Smith-Jigba at the Patriots. Why would you sit him?
He's good.
He only got 1 point last week. 1.5 points.
He's number 3. That's why, yeah.
Okay, so he's not the primary.
He's number 3 in his
squad. KD.
You got to catch him as a sleeper. Yeah, he's not a primary pick. You got to catch him as a sleeper. So I get that, even against the Patriots. I'm going to speed this up, gentlemen. Sorry about that.
No, it's okay.
That's it for wide receiver recommendations, week 2 of the 2024 season, according to NFL.com. I'm going to run through the tight ends real fast, and then I'll give you all time for your narratives.
Well, we've got 9 minutes, so let's see if we can get through this in 9 minutes.
I can. Watch me.
Watch me. Watch me now.
Glick, I'm trying to hurry up for your show, dog. I am trying to hurry up for your show, Glick. I'm just go ahead and let you know. Tight end recommendations. Start Isaiah Likely of the Ravens against the Raiders. Yes. Matter of fact, I think a lot of people wish they started him last week instead of Mark Andrews because he showed his ass.
Yeah.
He was phenomenal. I have no debate against this one, even though it's early in the seasons and the Raiders are a flip of the coin as far as what they're going to do, whether it's going to benefit you or cost you. I will start Isaiah Likely. I liked what I saw from him as a tight end player. This is Prime Time Tunes 2. Thank you for coming through. I'm going to say yes, gentlemen, and I'm going to keep rolling. Sorry. Mark Andrews, there we go. Both tight ends for the Ravens. You want to start them against the Raiders? I got no debate against because you don't know who's going to get the ball, why, which one is going to get the most points, and both of them are available. Good luck. Because you're going to have one as a tight end, the other is a flex. I kind of want to recommend it this reason. That man said, hold my beer. Yeah, we got time today. Dalton Kincaid of the Bills. Start him against the Dolphins.
Oh, yeah. He had a good game. He had a very good game.
You have to. You have to.
He had a good game.
Decide yourselves within yourselves. You have to. And the Dolphins don't have Tua. Skylar Johnson was a quarterback they pulled off last week. And I was like, who? Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Yeah, man. I'm trying. If we run over, at least you saw that I tried. So you can stop swearing I'm bullshitting on you, monkey head motherfucker. Anyway, Kyle Pitts of the Falcons against the Eagles. You have to start Kyle Pitts. Let me. Kyle Pitts is going to be one of the best tight ends in the NFL real soon. Real soon. And looking at the quarterbacks he has right now, the running backs on this team, wide receiver. Ladies and gentlemen, keep Kyle Pitts on your roster for the next 3 seasons, at least in my opinion. In my opinion, honestly. You're welcome, Primetime Tunes. You're welcome. Even against the Eagles, keep Kyle Pitts on your roster. I'm telling you. Brock Bowers of the Raiders. I've seen his name come up a little bit against the Ravens.
Don't know nothing about him. So
he had a foot injury.
Oh, he's really good. He's really good.
Gotcha.
Okay. 11 points fantasy there. Tight end 3.
You're going to have to start him even against the best teams. Go ahead, Rich. I'm sorry.
No, I just said I'm looking at the narrative. 11.5 points for the tight end. But he's a TE. That TE3 means tight end 3, right?
Yeah, he's a beast. He's great. He's wonderful.
If you get 11 points as a tight end 3, you have a good game. You play well.
Yeah.
I just say that's solid points right there.
Well done.
Yeah. Gotcha.
He's a highlight reel guy.
This is what scares me right here. At the beginning of the season, Evan Ingram was one of the top 10 tight ends in the NFL. Mike, I think you were the one that told me that when you read the list.
I like him. Yeah.
He's been in the league for a minute. He's actually a veteran tight end, in my opinion. But for him to still be top 10 in the NFL, I got to give him his credit. Sit him against the Browns. Glick, this is your world right here. I ain't going to lie to you. I'm going to let you make that call on that one. He's got some time and age on him. He's on the Jaguars. You have to play him, honestly.
Yeah, I wouldn't
You have
sit
to
him,
play.
especially
Yeah, I
against the Browns. Sorry.
Exactly. Sit Dalton Schultz of the Texans against the Bears. This is probably going to be because of points. Chicago Bears does keep a defense, have a defense, and they will stop you, even though the Texans are on a roll from last season to this season. I don't think I will sit him. Former Cowboys tight end. I do not.
I would no. He's really physical,
Yes.
and Chicago is very physical. I think he's a really good. Have you reviewed the Steelers already? Yes.
As far as fantasy, we've been players, not teams. So forgive me on that. Go ahead, Mike.
No, I would definitely start him, especially against the Bears. The Bears right now are kind of sporadic, and they were really lucky last week.
Mhm.
To be honest, very lucky.
Gotcha. Rich.
Well, I was just looking at the narrative. Texas wide receivers took much of the volume, so that's going to drain it. He's not going to get the touches, so that might be the reason why, main reason I would sit him, the wide receiver, because this is going to be a passing game on both sides.
It's going to have to
go to the wide receiver, but then again, tight ends and the clutch are right there, so it depends.
It's going to be a really physical game too.
I agree.
And unfortunately, Tank Dell is a tiny little dude.
Gotcha. Pat Freiermuth of the Steelers, sit him against the Broncos. This is a points thing. Freiermuth plays fine, but
I like him.
Yeah, he's good. He just doesn't get.
I like him a lot.
He really doesn't get a lot of points in the NFL. He plays. He's on the field. He just doesn't get the ball.
It comes down to the touches.
He doesn't get the ball enough.
But he comes up with a lot of key plays. He's good. I like him. Yeah.
Yes. Taysom Hill of the Saints, I can't. And I'm going to tell you why.
Why?
That man is available in more than one position on a team that runs.
Oh, this is the Swiss Army knife guy.
Yes.
Yeah, I love him.
Even against Dallas. Brian, I can't. Even against Dallas, no.
Yeah.
No. You might have him as your flex and just leave him there.
Yeah.
I would put him in the flex to leave him there. Honestly, he plays 3 positions. You don't know when he's going to get the ball or who he's going to get the ball to. My ass would have him on the field as his coach.
Yeah.
They don't know. They don't even know which way he's going to go, and he's an excellent decoy. The same way Cordero Patterson.
He is the Justin Fields for them. That's what he is. He can scramble. He can run. He's physical. He can get a lot of points. He can get it in from 3 yards out. I would not. And the Cowboys are not trying to be mean, but we've seen one sample size, one game. You can't judge it on one game, guys.
Sasha, what's good? I appreciate it. 7 positions. God almighty. Mediocre is fine, but available is what we're looking for, Sasha. That's my whole thing. Cole Kemet of the Bears. I like.
I love him.
Let me tell y'all something. He's one of my favorite tight ends in the NFL.
I love him.
Pause. He is definitely one of my favorite tight ends in the NFL. Pause. I'm telling you.
He's a beast too. He
Is
wonderful.
okay. He may be your sleeper tight end of the week against the Texans. I bet you he's able to get about 2. Let me go ahead and take a risk. I give him 2 touchdowns that game. I give him 2 touchdowns.
You've got 2 minutes, brother.
I know that. I know. I'm running. Ladies and gentlemen, those are your tight end recommendations. They say sit Cole Kemet against Texans. I'm not going to do it. We're going to skip the kickers and the defenses. Gentlemen, I appreciate the input. We have 63 sets of eyes. I want to thank each and everybody for coming through. Each and everybody for coming through for this broadcast. I've never gotten this many people live, honestly. Brian, you ain't lying. The Cowboys defense ain't messing around. But Taysom Hill can be all over the field. They're going to have to double team him alone, which is going to leave other people available. Michael Parsons, yes, he has to. He has to. Gentlemen, your thoughts. We got to wrap this up. So Glick's going to come on. Glick, if we run over, you saw my attempt, damn it. I'm serious.
I'm going to get off as soon as it goes to, like in 30 seconds, I'm dropping down. So I'm going to go check out my dear friend here. And he supported us. We're going to support him.
Damn right.
And Tony D started with his toe in the fan, but he's okay now. And a couple Band-Aids and a whole bunch of views. He's a good guy. Your turn.
Nonsensical nonsense. Unnecessary roughness is coming on next, primarily on YouTube. Check it out. We will be over there. Glick, we're coming over to watch yours, bro. Appreciate you coming through. 66 sets of eyes. You all have set a record for me. Thank each and every last one of you. Primetime Tunes 2, Sasha, Brian T.S. Casco, the original co-host. What else we got? Nonsensical nonsense. We'll be over in a second, man. This is mutual respect amongst live streamers. Y'all gonna have to take notes from me up in here. I don't call myself the mayor for nothing. I'm gonna make this shit work, and I'm gonna be the example. Say thank you for coming through as well, Mike. I appreciate you, ladies and gentlemen. Hashtag shout MGB. All platforms. Check him out. My man, Fireman Rich down there in the bottom.
Fireman Rich
on Rumble Studio, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, night, 0600. Big ups to the league, everybody out there. If you play fantasy football, check your rosters, check your rosters, check your rosters. You got about an hour left before the NFL game starts. 69 cents of odds. Thank you all. 10 seconds left before we hit an hour. Thank you all. We will catch you all next week. You may see a halftime show. You may see a mid-game show. You may see a post show, but you all will be seeing me again.